Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Allah, most gracious, most merciful. We sitting right here with Zaire, Ishmael, and I was born in New York, money earning Mount Vernon, by the Bronx. Kind of migrated to down south when I was like maybe 3 or 4 years old, to Atlanta, Georgia. That's where I kind of was raised at, seeing a lot of different things. Probably heard a lot of, kind of was raised in Atlanta, Georgia, seen a lot of different things, and then from Atlanta, Georgia, really moved to Louisiana after Katrina in 2005, 2006 maybe. Moved out there and helped rebuild with some family members, my dad, 2 uncles. We moved out there, like three sets of my families moved out there. Still got an uncle out there now, owning houses now, still working to this day. Mashallah. But I feel like, where should I start at? I feel like I should start in Louisiana. In Louisiana, I was probably had to be like 5 or 6 when we first moved out there, and it was rough. It was pretty rough, It was pretty rough, My mom, she always been a praying woman. My grandfather, he was a big sheikh. He was a big Muslim in New York. So I kind of leaned it on the law at all times. Anything, any conditions, anything that we ever went through, we always caught up on the law. Me and my family, we always caught up on God, mashallah. But yeah, it was pretty rough. We had to find work. We had to go through the obstacles, the ups and downs. We went through a lot. It was 2 of us in a 7-8 bedroom. 2 of us, 2 bedroom, and 8 of us in a 2-bedroom apartment. Sometimes, and we had to figure things out. Grew up in poverty, a lot of poverty. Grew up in a lot of poverty. So now I'm 25. I'm still breaking the cycle, still going through the cycle, still trying to break the chain, the repeated cycle. Still striving every day, still striving as a young brother. Still striving to paradise for real. So because that's where it's all. That's where it all ends. That's where it's all resolved for real. In paradise, that's where it really starts. Inshallah. So right now, it's just I made it here to California, from New York to Georgia to Louisiana to back to Georgia. Now I'm here in California. Allah has blessed me. I feel like I have came a long way. I came a long way. I'm one of 6, got 6 brothers and sisters. I'm the only, my oldest brother and me was the only 2 that took their shahada. As far as my little brothers and sisters, I'm trying to get my little brothers and sisters on the hop as well. But my older brother, he passed away when I was maybe, that was 2021, February. 2021, February. That was he was my everything. I had did a 3-year bid, three and a half years in prison, and like right before that, in 2017, I used to wake up and I used to go outside. I used to hit the streets, I used to wake up and hit the streets for real. I used to gotta go make some money, gotta go make $1. I just had a thrill of going to make something. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of different hustles that I had. I was selling clothes. I used to sell clothes, sell t-shirts, used to sell socks, used to sell little gadgets, headphones, AirPods. Used to sell a lot of things growing up. Still to this day I'm a salesman. I like to sell things. I like to find different hustles. Mashallah. Always at the same time I can put effort into working for someone, I can put that into myself and start a business, inshallah, and see it grow and watch Allah bless it. So that was always my thing, and that's how I was taught. That's how I was raised for. That's how my grandfather was. That's how my mom was. That's how we all are. We use our hands to get it out the mud. What we would say, you know. So I just feel like, you know, I kind of like Allah saved me. Allah saved me when I was going to Darlene. I was going Darlene like crazy, like 17, 18, my teens. I was a little Darlene, you know. I hanging around the wrong crowd, not staying around the Muslims, you know. And that's where you can slip up at, and not being around the good positive energy and the good people that got your best interests, you know, and got your best interests at heart. Like you can go down the wrong road and go down the wrong drain from following the wrong path and crowd. So that's what I did as growing up. You know, I was kind of hanging around with the wrong person at the wrong time, and I did 3.5 years, but I always was like, you know, I'm Muslim, but I wasn't kind of praying. I wasn't studying, you know. I was like, yeah, I'm on my deening time, but I wasn't really deening for real as growing up, as far as praying 5 times a day and studying and reading my jewels when Ramadan come up. I'm not fully participating in Ramadan, but I always used to be like, yeah, I got my big Allah chain on. I'm Muslim, got flashy a little bit, you know. So it was just like, man, I had to Allah. I feel like Allah really blessed me and set me down, and I was going down the path of destruction of destruction that Allah really saved me from, and He stopped me from going down the path that I was getting used to. He rearranged that whole situation. He rearranged everything and made me sit down and made me visualize Him, and made me really know Him for who He is for real, for who He are for real. It made me understand myself in certain ways and certain things and certain eras too. Also, you know, and I feel like He saved me a lot, because when I first got incarcerated, it was an environment that I was in, and I used to dream about the environment. When I first got incarcerated, I used to dream about the environment. It was some dreams sometimes Allah used to reveal to me, like, that could have been you. It was dreams where I'm getting shot in my dream, I'm shooting at people in my dream, I'm getting robbed in my dream. I was just having bad dreams when I first got incarcerated, and I was just, you know, Allah was just basically telling me, like, hey man, this is what I'm saving you from, you know, like this the path that you would have been going down, or this would have been happening to you. So I kind of, you know, I went crazy. I went crazy as far as learning, you know, and getting closer to Allah for real. And that's kind of like, I is the most gracious, most merciful. You know, I just feel like He gave me another chance at life for real. You know, another chance just to bring the people towards Him. You know, He gave me to do the deeds that we were really supposed to do out here. He gave me another chance at it for real, to do it, like to see me do it and to see me grow. I feel like Allah did it, you know what I'm saying? Allah is most gracious, most merciful. But before I came home, you know, my brother passed away like 2 days before I came home from some guys in actually he was in LA. Actually, he made it all the way to Beverly Hills from Atlanta, Georgia. He had his own house in Beverly Hills in LA, in the hills, and he was trying to help people out, and that kind of it crushed me when I came home. The bro gone, you know. It just kind of crushed me, you know what I'm saying? So that made me really get even closer to Allah, and like even closer to some good brothers, a good brotherhood, or good older brothers I used to want to learn from, or used to even want to, you know, have a conversation with older brothers about certain things or certain tips, anything. I didn't want to talk to no negative energy or no negative young brothers for real, you know. So I just feel like, you know, Yeah, after bro passed away, it just kind of, I just kind of make Hendra. I made Hendra again. I had to move. I had to migrate. Had to move because it was some people from Atlanta who really killed the op. You know what I'm saying? It was some people from Atlanta. He flew them to LA, and it was a lot of fitna going on. You know, so I kind of made Hendra. I had to move from Atlanta, and I'm here in California, and I'm just counting. I'm just looking at the blessings and the beautiness that Allah have blessed me with. Sometimes I can't believe it. Sometimes I can't believe I made it this far. To make it to California, you know, it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? It's a big blessing for me. I feel like, and I made Hendra, and I just feel like I just put that past behind me because it was before I came here to California, you know, it was people who in down south in a crowd where it was like, man, like, what you gonna do? Like, what you gonna do for your brother? Like, how you gonna step by it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna handle it in a way? You know what I'm saying?
Trying to make you retaliate.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? In so many words, how you gonna retaliate? How you gonna get back? You know? So I had to visualize, and I had to just think, and I just had to just put myself in an isolation mode for a minute and just think to myself for almost a year and a half. For real. And I just had to make a big move, and I just had to make that move like, man, I gotta let Allah deal with it, you know? I gotta let Allah deal with it, cause at the end of the day, as me growing up, going to high school, like, I was always somewhat of a leader. People used to look up to me at all times, you know. I got a strong impact on people, you know. I got and just my energy, my smile, you know, my smile light up the room. So a lot of people will want me around to have the good energy, you know, come up off me. And then sometimes when I got mad, it was just like, man, you ain't want to see me mad for real, you know. So it's like when I got mad, it was like people already know, like, man, he go to 100 quick. So it was just like, man, I didn't want to I ain't want to go back. I ain't want to go exactly the same exact steps that I led up to going in prison, to doing anything to go back to prison. Like, I ain't want like, even still to this day, like, I still be conscious of prison a lot, for real, cause it's like, it kind of put a scar on me, for real. Kind of, you know what I'm saying? It made me look at life different. It made me treat people different. It made me carry myself different. It made me just think out is bigger than, it's like life is just bigger than life, for real. It made me think outside the box when I'm just small mind thinking, for real. So it's like, I thank Allah sometimes that He has set me down and changed me to who I am today. I thank Allah, the most gracious, He's most gracious, most merciful. Like I always say, you'll always hear me say that I'm still learning a lot when it come down to my Arabic and a lot of Quran. I'm still learning, but it's like, you know, I've been Muslim for real. I was born Muslim. My grandfather, he named me Zaire Ishmael. My grandfather, he named me. He put the kufi on me. I used to run around the masjid. I got pictures in the masjid when I was little, you know, so I always was kind of born Muslim, but it was just like, you know, as growing up, it kind of, you know, I was in the streets a lot. I was in one of the little Darlene, you know, so
you had to reconnect with Allah.
Had to most definitely had to reconnect, you know what I'm saying? But it was always on me. It was always me, you know. And even when I was like all the way on it, wasn't on my deen, I still was grabbing young brothers to come towards the deen, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still was having young brothers take their shahada, going to the masjid, you know? So it was always Islam is always beautiful. It was always beautiful, you know. And only Allah can really make the brothers who we are. Only Allah can make us. Only Allah can do it. So it's like, yeah, man. I just thank Him every day, and I'm I'm still going I turned 26 this year. And yeah, I'm here. I just moved here to California from Atlanta, Georgia. I don't plan on going back to Atlanta, Georgia. I can see my next at least my next 10 years in my life here. I'm thinking I don't know where I want to go from here, but I know it's out the country. I know it's out the country for sure. I know it's out the country, but I just.
Man, Allah grant that to you.
Yeah, man.
Make it easy for you.
Man, Allah make it easy for me for sure. But yeah, man, you know, I just, you know, it's a lot of obstacles. It was a lot. You know, I grew up on poverty, grew up in Section 8, you know, so you could just imagine, you know. It was a lot. It was a lot of us growing up. It was 8-bedroom, two of us in an 8-bedroom apartment from time to time. Even when we went back from Louisiana, from leaving Louisiana, going back to Georgia, even it was still ups and downs, you know. It was still like we had to really lean on the law, like real deal, lean on the law at all times. Like no ifs, ands, buts about it. That's what I feel like that's what got me here. And like I said, like as far as going back, you know, going back to the streets, like as far as going back to retaliate, I just let the law deal with things. As far as my brother Dev, man, I had to make Hendra, and I just had to leave, and I just had to lead them suckers behind for real. And the best revenge is to get successful. I feel like, you know, I just you know, I just had to think, man. I just had to think, and I just had to, you know, keep my insanity. Can't go back to prison. You gotta move forward. You gotta learn from the mistakes. You know, so that's what I kind of did, you know. And it's still kind of hard. It's still hard. It's hard. Only Allah can do it. It's hard, you know. But Allah, you know, he got the final and best answer. Allah got the final and best answer for everything. Anything that we go through in this world, anything that we go through in this life, we open that Quran and Sunnah, we go to the Quran and Sunnah. It's a salvation for it. It's a solver. Allah gonna solve it. It's a definition. It's a story. It's something similar to what we going through, where Allah gonna make it to where you open that book and you're gonna get a piece. You're gonna get a piece of peace. A piece. You're gonna get peace. You're gonna get peace for whatever we go through. We're gonna get peace if we open up to the Quran and Sunnah. So that's what stay on my mind a lot. That's what I be conscious of. I stay conscious of Allah, you know. I stay conscious. I stay taqwa, you know. So that's what keep me going. The salat keep me going. The salat feel like salat keep me going. Salat got me out here. Salat got me here still. You know, Allah is most gracious, most merciful, and I just feel like Allah, He will capture you, or He will sit you down before you go down that road of destruction if you one of His. I feel like that, you know, because I feel like I come from, you know, a background of, you know, of praying, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like Allah He maybe even captured my brother before a road of destruction he probably would have been going down or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, I kind of looked at it in different ways, in somewhat little different ways. But you know, the brother was a Muslim. I speak about my brother because he was really like my backbone, and he was a person that I looked up to. He was so smart. He passed high school as a genius. He was a genius. He was in college. He went to Kennesaw State College. He was in college for 2 years for a banking. He was going to be a banker. He would have been rich, right? He would have been rich by now. As I speak right now, my brother would be healthy and wealthy and taking care of my whole family. So that's why I be like, man, it's crazy that my brother passed away, and I missed him by 2 days, you know. So it just be like, and then he left a daughter, my little niece, Adea Rose. He left a daughter to where it was crazy because he passed away, and I came in her life, and in like the 2 days that he was gone, and I came And it was crazy because my brother had a lot of hair. When I came home, I ain't have no hair. She used to grab on my hair like, hey, you look like my daddy, but you're not my daddy, but you. And and that just kind of softened up my heart even more because it was like, dang, he left for 2 months. She was maybe 4 months when he passed away, or like 6 months or something like that when he passed away. I don't even think she was 1. So it's like, man, Allah do things in mystical ways, you know. He do things in mystical ways. He do things in only His way, only way that we can't question His way. We can't question what He do. We can't question Allah. We just gotta pray. We just gotta thank Him and praise Him for real. And just, it could be worse, or it could be, you know.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Ibrahim. Kayf halik?
Anything could be worse, so we just gotta thank Him, and we just cannot take anything for granted. You know what I'm saying? The life that we do have is precious. It is beautiful. The deen is beautiful. You know, we gotta stay conscious of death though at all times, for sure. Gotta stay doing our 5 deeds, so we can, inshallah, make it to paradise. Do what Allah says, so we can make it to paradise. Follow the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so we ain't got no problems, or we ain't got no ifs, ands, or we ain't got nothing to worry about, because we know we're gonna make it to paradise, inshallah, if we follow the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But yeah, man, as a 25-year-old brother, man, you know, I'm still striving every day. I still got, inshallah. I turned 26 June 12 this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know, so as me still growing as a young man, you know, I still got some little time ahead of me. You know, Allah still gonna have still got things coming my way that I'm getting prepared for, and I'm, you know what I'm saying, getting my mind ready for, you know. But I do kind of feel like Allah He most definitely captured me. He most definitely got me, you know what I'm saying, in a way, you know what I'm saying, inshallah, you know what I'm saying, inshallah. But I feel him, I feel the blessings. And yeah, man, it's crazy. And it's crazy because I met my real pops when I was 15 years old, or maybe 14 years old, one of them. But he's Muslim, you know. He's a good brother, you know. Inshallah, I mean, mashallah. He on the deen hard, and I'm glad of that. He's in New York. But my dad, who raised me, you know, he's all wise. He really wise. He really smart. You know what I'm saying? I love my dad who raised me. You know, I really do. I love him with all my heart. Like, for real. Like, that's my pops. You know. But I just, you know, try to get him on the deen. I try to get him on the op. I try to, you know, try to pray with him. I try to connect with him in a more spiritual way. And I just offer dua for it, and I just let Allah, let Allah guide him, and let Allah make him, you know, because men can't make Muslim, only Allah can do it. So, you know, I just offer dua, and I just ask the brothers to offer dua for me to get the brother to take his shahada, inshallah. You know what I'm saying? I ask you the brothers to, you know what I'm saying, offer dua soon, inshallah, you know. When y'all see me out here in Cali, you know, you might see him walking with me, you might see my pops with me, and I be trying to guide him into the masjid, inshallah. He get in there soon, you know. But yeah, man, I come from a strong background of Muslims, man, and you know, ain't none of us perfect, for real, man. We all go through things, man. You know, ain't nobody perfect in this world, for real. Ain't nobody perfect, but we strive to be. You know, we strive to make it to paradise, see Jannah. You know, and doing that, you gotta be the best that you can be. You gotta be the best that you can be. So that's what's going on, you know. That's what's going on. I always felt like I'm the black sheep, you know what I'm saying? So I always felt like that growing up here. I always felt like that. I always felt like I'm the one. So I stand out myself. I stand out. So as I stand out, I try to be the best that I could be, because, man, people pay attention, and you never know who paying attention. And when you carrying yourself a different way, a certain way, you automatic just lead. You automatic just a leader, you know, you automatic an imam, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you always gotta just be doing good and just doing good to the universe, because you never know who really watching you and really trying to follow behind you and just see how you move and see how they can get interest into the deen or get interest into being good as a person, period. You know, so it's just like, yeah, you just gotta always stay conscious. You just gotta stay good. Do good to the universe. Be good to even the non-believers. Because even as we being good to the non-believers, that bring them even closer to Allah. You know, they even bring them to the deen. And next thing you know, we got, you know what I'm saying, everybody taking that shit harder. So it's like, you know, you gotta most definitely just
Dawah, man.
just stay conscious, stay taqwa. But yeah, man, that's more like my story, you know what I'm saying? I just, you know, I'm here in California. This is a dream state. And in my hood that I come from in Atlanta, they like, dang, you made it, Aki. You know what I'm saying? You in Cali, you ain't gotta, you on the hills, you seeing different things, you made it, you know. So I kind of like, you know, and I'm new to California myself. It's as I go in the car and I, you know, ride on the interstate and see different things, I say, man, it is beautiful out here. It is something like a dream state out here. It is some different sceneries and a lot of different races and a lot of different brothers and it's different. You know, it's just different from the East Coast to the West Coast and East Coast is different, you know? So it's like, alhamdulillah, I'm here. I'm still here, man. And mashallah, I can't complain, man. I can't complain at all. Allah has blessed me. Allah has blessed me, man. Like, for real. Like, I can't complain. I can't, you know, can't just scare. I ain't worried about nothing. But inshallah, we about to make salat. And I think that was a nice little paraphrase of my story of me growing up. You know, I still got some little growing to do. I still got some things to keep going after and keep checking some goals off the list. But as a paraphrase, man, just a little narrator, man, that's kind of like some to just give to the people, man, because, you know, we still growing for real, man. We growing, we still going and still growing, and we just striving for greatness.
May Allah allow you to achieve it, and may He bless you for sharing your story.
Mashallah.
May He grant you Jannah Firdaus.
Alhamdulillah.
May He grant your brother Jannah Firdaus. May He guide your pops to Islam and all your family. Ameen.
Ameen. Alhamdulillah. Ameen. Mashallah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.